Welcome back to episode 2, Breakdown with the Brodie. Today we're looking at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who I control, versus the Baltimore Ravens. This was a dogfight. This was a dogfight at M&T Bank Stadium. But without further ado, let's get into our first offensive series. So the guy comes down, he scores, and for some reason, I just get the luck of always playing against people who go for two. But I'm down 8-0. But like again, we stay cool, calm, collected. The triple C's, stay the course. Everything's gonna work its self out if you just execute the game plan. Kicks the ball off. Usually I fair catch it here. Wasn't paying attention. I bring the ball out. Cost the offense 5 yards. Instead of starting on the 25-yard line, we start on the 5-yard line. The 20-yard line. First play of the game, we're going to establish the run by going to an inside zone in the gun trio offset weak formation. It is very important, especially on your first series, to establish the run. Offensive line get a great push, make a great cutback, and Lenny just bows forward for 11 yards. This was a great run. Again, first series, you want to come out disciplined. It's more of a filling out process, right? But you want to let that defender know you're going to have to stop the run. You're not going to drop 8 back and defend the pass. You better put some in a box or we're going to run it down your throat all game. Second play here, we're going to the pistol trips formation, flood slot pivot. The read progression after our adjustments is the curl, zig, swing. Gronkowski will have the curl, Godwin, zig, Bernard, swing. So that first read is the curl. As you can tell, Gronkowski X icon is blanketed. Maybe if it was real life, you can drop it over the top, but this is Madden. We all know that the ball is thrown on a rope. So he did a great job of boxing my first read. But, we have 2 more reads after that. The second read is going into that inverted zig by Godwin, the triangle icon. When we're looking at that matchup, he does have 5 yards of cushion. So that is a window we can throw into. But we also have the swing by the running back Bernard coming at the backfield. We go ahead and take that inverted zig to Godwin, squeeze it into a tight window. But with Tom Brady at the reins, we can get that ball into tight windows. With the second down and medium, again, we want to establish that run. So we're going to go with the pistol strong look again, and come with a little bit of an RPO, the stretch alert X looky. I like RPOs, I really do, but for some reason, this particular play, it just always gives me negative yards. But we run this play. Look at that hole. The hole is wide open. But you could tell Gronkowski, just did not execute on his assignment, nor did Howard 80. They both just, run right past this Baltimore defender coming off the edge. If one of them pick him up, we're able to cut that up for some positive yardage. But he comes in, he stuffs the run, and now instead of looking at a maybe 2nd and 3, 2nd and 2, we're looking at a 3rd and long, 10 yards. But, again, the triple C's, cool, calm, collected. We're going to go to a bread and butter play. Our trips left open. Play right here. Our reads on this play is we're going to be looking at that corner route by Godwin and that X, or the flat route by Scotty Miller, the X icon. So going to that first read progression. Now, I do have the X icon or Scotty Miller on that flat. And it's 3rd and 10, so you wanna live to fight another down. You wanna just get positive yards, but we have Tom Brady at the reins. He has a cannon. His accuracy is pinpoint. And my first read is Godwin. And once the defender bumped Godwin and synced below Godwin, I knew I had a window right on the boundary of the sidelines that I can fit it through. And when you're dealing with Tom Brady, look at that. That's just a perfect pocket pass between 2 defenders to get that first down. That flood post play is amazing. Our next play, again, we want to stay with the script. We want to stay disciplined. We're going to go to our single back dice slot post play. This play is a great play because it's attacking you on all levels, which is great because it allows you to have a little bit more leadway when you're dealing with different defenses and a defender, manipulating the defense. So on this play, we do have two decoy routes with Lenny Fournette R1 and Gronkowski X. They both are running seam routes or go routes. And then again, that's just to stretch the defense vertically, get those safeties or safety to go deep, right? Commit to the deep route. And by committing to the deep route, that's going to leave me with a high-low concept in the middle of the field with the linebackers. We got Godwin on that post, and we got Mike Evans on that drag. So my reads here is going to be the seam by Gronkowski. It's a quick read. If that's not there, we're then going to the post by Godwin and then a drag by Mike Evans last. We snap that ball. My first read is X, but let's just pause for 1 second and let's look at our other reads. Our second read is the post by Godwin. He's still running his route. And then third read, Mike Evans on that drag route, he's blanketed. He's covered. But look at Gronkowski wide open in the middle of the field. That's our first read. So what are we going to do? We're going to drop a nice secure catch right there on the right hash marks. And it's funny because I don't know what this guy was doing pre-snap play. He's just moving guys around, running around the field, and he just gets himself out of position, right? I don't think he thought I was going to snap it that quick, but he gets himself on the right outside of the hash, gets himself out of position, which again, my first read is there, so we're just going to drop it right there with a secure catch just to make sure nothing happens with a fluky drop. Again, surgical offense. Tom Brady's 3 for 3, 49 yards. We're moving the ball and we're running the ball a little bit. So again, like I said, establishing a run is key. You need to establish the run so the defender just doesn't rush 3 people and drop 8 people back, because that's going to make your job harder. That's going to make the throwing windows tighter. You need to establish the run. So this play that we're looking at is the gun slot offset RPO read bubble. And a great thing about this play is that we have 2 options. We have the motion with Ronald Jones the second, little swing pass, but we also have the inside run with Lenny Fournette. My read on this is I'm looking for Jones first, and then we're going to hand it off to Lenny Fournette. But how I determine if I'm going to hand it off is if this guy or this guy runs with Jones in that motion to the left, then we're going to hand it to Lenny. If this guy or this guy stand still or they engage into the gaps to run the ball, then we're going to throw it to Jones for a nice 5+ yard catch, and hopefully we get some yak after that. So we put him in motion, and look at this. He takes Malik Harris, the linebacker. He runs with him in motion. So that's essentially eliminating this play right here. It looks like he was in a cover 2 look. So that means that Malik Harris is going to have this spot of a hook zone, and this linebacker right in front of 65 is going to have this spot of the hook zone. But since he ran with Ronald Jones in that motion, we're going to hand it off to Lenny Fournette right up the middle, right where the Malik Harrison should have been, but the user vacated that spot. We're going to run it right up the middle. Look at that. He left his assignment to run with a decoy motion, right? And we run it right up the middle. Lenny gets another 10 yards. And again, three rushes for 17 yards. We're having a hell of a time, a great time running that ball. And we're just, that's what we want to do. We want to establish the run. We're averaging 5.5, 5.6 yards per rush. That's amazing. Like I said, I'm happy with 3 to 4. So if you're giving me damn near 6 yards I will take that. So right here, our first play is a RPO. Um, Coming to the line of scrimmage, my thoughts is I don't like the look that he's giving me. I see that the corners are aligned inside, which is giving me a little bit of man vibes, and RPO is not going to work in a man. It's just not. Then he's using that safety. So you see how I'm just going through my options as far as we're in a single back formation, but you can see in my audibles to the left, I'm looking at pistol. I'm just looking at my options because again, I came out in an RPO play. I did not like the look that I was given because it looks like he's running his man, and again, that RPO is not going to work in man. At least not that RPO that we was running with the little bubble pass. So we switch it to a pistol play. I think the pistol HB dive, which was a great decision. A great decision. We got 5 yards on that play, right? So when you're coming to the line of scrimmage, sometimes you just need to look at the defense, see what look they're giving you, and if you don't feel confident with that play, or if your instinct is telling you to switch the play, just switch the play, right? You got to trust your instincts. So we're obviously deep into the red zone. So we come off script. Once we get into the red zone, we come off our game plan a little bit. We come off a script. So we're not too predictable. So it looks like he's coming out in a double A gap blitz. He's coming in a double A gap blitz. We're in either a trio or a trips look. I shift Godwin over. So again, we're coming back to that CZS route combo, which is the curl, zig, swing. So again, Gronkowski is going to be our first read. Godwin is going to be our second read, and Lenny is going to be our third read. And if you remember correctly, we ran this play in the pistol look. Now we're giving him the same route combo in a single back look. So let's see how this turns out. So again, our first read's that curl. He's sitting there. Even it looks like if you're looking at the user Bowser, he's opening up his hips so you can tell that he's shifting down. But again, right now our first read is not there, so we're going straight to our inverted zig by Godwin. That is not there as well. The third read will be Lenny Fournette. But trusting my instincts, I knew that corner was going to drop down. It was going to be a minimum gain. So, we wanted to improvise. I see that left side. Look at the left side. This is wide open. If I had Lamar Jackson, this is a touchdown. But we got the GOAT Tom Brady. So we're just going to make a little bit something shake, right? We get some great yardage. 6 yards. That's great. That's better than an incompletion, an interception, or even a 2-yard pass to that swing pass to Lenny Fournette. We get 6 yards with Tom Brady, and most importantly, we refresh our downs. So coming back into the RPO look, because I'm just getting a little bit of feel that he may have some troubles with defending the RPO. So he snapped that ball, and the guy ran with him. And again, like I said, when we're looking at, and like I said, when we're looking at RPOs, especially the RPOs where there's a bubble screen. Now, if you have an RPO where there's a slant, then a man wouldn't really affect it. You probably would want a man. Hopefully, you have a wide receiver who can beat his man off the line. You have that slant wide open. But when we're looking at the bubble screen that Godwin is going to run, if it's a man, his man is going to trail with him, as you're going to see. When we snap the ball, look, he's running with him now. I could have threw it to Godwin and prayed that I got a little bit of a pick and rub action, or maybe he got caught up on his blocks and I running in there. But again, we won this on our first series. We're down 8 already. It's 2.5 minutes left in the second quarter. We want to make sure that we're disciplined and that we're getting points. So we're just going to follow the read. Got 0 yards, but again, it's fine. We're still establishing a run. Sometimes we run, you'd be surprised that even a 0-yard run could sometimes be as effective as a 5-yard run, because it's just making a defense make sure that they're stacking the box, which is going to open up passing lanes and passing windows later on in the game, especially when you come out and run formations that are built to look like it would push the run. So right here, we're in our pistol spread look. Now, this is a great 2-point conversion play. It's actually in my top 3 plays to run when I'm going for a 2-point conversion. Because, again, it's going to be the man because Bernard is going to go in motion. So when he goes in motion, his man is most likely not going to move. So his man's going to be behind the 8 ball. We're just going to get a nice little waltz into the end zone. But here, for some reason, Madden was not on my side. Snap the ball. You want to throw it now. As soon as you catch the ball, you want to throw it now. Because, again, look, this guy right here, this linebacker, this corner, you can't see him because he's hidden behind the R1 icon. But he's coming over here to get Godwin. So we throw it now. Again, it's a easy waltz into the end zone. Look at that. This guy is splitting defenders wide open. For some reason, I throw it late. Just a waste of a down, and that hurts because, again, when you're running these plays, you don't want to show your hand and not execute. If you're going to show your hand, you need to execute, and by not executing, that hurts that play because if I try to come back to it, he's going to be aware of that play, and he's going to run with the running back, essentially making that play not efficient and not effective. But again, like I said, it's my first series. I'm putting my whole damn arm in my bag of tricks. Because again, it's my first series. I'm down 8-0 already. It's damn near 2 minutes left into the first half. Right now, I do get ball back at half, but if I gotta settle for a field goal, he goes down and score and goes for 2. I'm down 16-3. So now I'm running my favorite 2-point conversion play. Which is the tight Y off weak corner strike. We're going to zig this top wide receiver, so we're going to get a double zig action, a zig to the outside, and an inverted zig. Who are we looking to hit with Mike Evans? So as you can see, here goes the double zig action. We have the zig to the outside, then the inverted zig to the inside. And the key to this play is selling the defenders with your eyes. Now, you're not, obviously this is a video game, so he can't see my eyes to see where I'm going to sell it. But how you sell it with your eyes, theoretically speaking, for Madden is you move your quarterback, right? Now, I don't want to stay in the pocket. Because if I stay in the pocket and he's mirroring, because some defenders mirror their quarterback. So if I'm standing in the pocket, he's going to stand right here. I don't want him to stand in the middle of the field because that's where we're looking to hit Evans. So I'm going, and I don't want to veer to the left because those are where my zigs are working, and I don't want him to add another player into the throwing windows or where my zigs are working. So we're going to sell the play by veering to the right. So we get that ball. You see I veer to the right. Now look, you see he is controlling Calais Campbell. You see that he was mirroring Tom Brady. When I was in the middle of the field, he was in the middle of the field. As soon as I veered outside the right hash, guess where Calais Campbell was coming? You guessed it, right outside the right hash. And that's what we wanted because look who's wide the fuck open right here. Mike Evans. Again, if I'm standing right here where this lineman is, Calais Campbell is staying right here. Now this zig does not work, and obviously this zig is not going to work because there's a man on his hip and there's a man right here. So we had to sell the key to this play is selling it with your quarterback veering to the right. We dunked that right under him, and look at that. Calais Campbell's way out of position because he's seen Tom Brady moving. He probably thought I was going to scramble again or whatnot, but we hit him right there, get that touchdown. You know, that's just again a great series. Again, the first series you always want to get points. Obviously, you know, a touchdown, but 3 points is better than nothing. But when you're down 8-0, you want to definitely get the points. So we're gonna fast forward a little bit. Now this is funny. Now, one thing when you're looking at it, there's 21 seconds left. There's 21 seconds left before half. These type of possessions are fucking crucial to the outcome of a game because generally there is there's four possessions for each team per game, generally speaking. Now, a turnover or a quick bomb may allow for one or two more possessions, but for the most part, each player gets four possessions for the total game. So when he's getting this extra possession right here, and this could be crucial to the outcome of the game if he can get some points on the board. So, we haven't really done any breakdown on the defense, but what he's been doing this game is he's been playing very, very cheeky. He's just been scrambling with Lamar Jackson the whole damn game. And then as soon as you click R3 to send the nearest defender on a blitz, he just dumps it over your head to his wide receiver. So as you can tell, he just starts moving, and he throws actually a nice bomb. This was actually, let's run that back. That was actually a nice bomb. So he hit Mark Andrews right here. So he's obviously in cover 3. So his assignment was to drop down to cover that, and then the corner shooting back. He has to have the middle of the field, and then this corner shooting back. Man, he dropped a great bomb. You can see I'm controlling David. I see it, but I got caught up on the running back J.K. Dobbins. There's no way I get back there in time. Throws a beautiful dart. You gotta give credit where credit's due. He throws a beautiful dart, which sucks because now he squeezed in an extra possession. My defense needed to stay firm, and not put no points on the board. But he threw a great ball. Credit where credit's due. He's going for 2 here. Again, like I said, he's been playing really cheeky. A lot of people do this with like Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson or Kyler Murray. People with escape artists, they just run to the outside. So you commit to the run, and then he drops down and throws it to a wide receiver. But I'm controlling Devin White right here. You see me, I'm turning my hips because I see this defender. I just turned my hips a little bit. I just reacted too late. He drops it beautifully. Another beautiful dot right there. I seen it a mile away. Just reacted a little bit late. But again, triple C's. Stay cool, stay calm, stay collected. So he does some cheeky ass shit, man. I just can't stand people like that who just kick the fucking ball like that, bro. Man, kick it fucking regular. But each his own. 9 seconds left. So I'm gonna actually come out and, like I said, a PA drag wheel. Again, this is like a cheeky play. It's a sneaky play. But I see that he came out in 3-man deep. He came out in 3-man deep. And like I said earlier in the red zone, when we ran the pistol spread and we had that motion play with Bernard and I threw it late and I missed it, you don't want to show your hand and not execute. So like I said, this is a great play. This play works 9 times out of 10, and it's an amazing play. But he's in 3-man deep. The chances of me executing that is not good, so I don't want to show my hand. So we're just, it's 9 seconds left. Let's not show our hand and not convert. So let's just switch this to a run. Let's just run the ball out, get out to half. But I break it. Let's get to the outside. Let's see what happens. Now, I come out and deuce close because if you look, I'm just going to run the ball again because I was expecting him to come back out in a 3-man deep, but he did not do that. He did not come out in a 3-man deep, came out in a regular defense. So now I wish I could go back to my bunch X nasty formation so I could run that PA drag wheel, but due to the personnel that we have on the field, that's not one of the formations we got audible to. But as you can tell by our audible box to the left-hand corner, we're going to audible to wing stack, and we're going to run that PA wide drag wheel anyway. The same play, essentially, just different formation. So we're going to make some adjustments. We're going to snap that ball. And man, wish I had a little bit more time left on the clock. We throw a nice dot to Godwin. Now listen, if I had maybe 2 seconds left when I caught this ball, I'm stepping out of bounds, kicking a field goal, going into halftime, down 6 points, 16-10. But we had no timeout, so we tried to make a man miss, try to do a little cheeky spin. Makes a good tackle. Wish I could have broke that tackle. We definitely would be running into an end zone. But all in all, a great first half. We only had one offensive series, and we executed. We scored. We got 7 points on that offensive series. So that's good. That's good. Second half we wanna come out a little bit more aggressive. And remember what I said before half. You don't want to show your hand without executing the play. And remember, we switched to a run play because he was in 3-man deep. This time, as you can tell, after he kicks the ball off, we're going to come back to that bunch X nasty PA drag wheel play. Because, like I said, when you're coming out in that second half, you want to be aggressive. You want to take a shot. Depending on how the game is going, you want to take a shot, smack them in the mouth, let them know, like, you're going to be on your heels all game. You're not going to be on your toes pushing me. I'm pushing you, and you're going to be on your fucking heels. So we're going to come out in this bunch X nasty look. So hopefully he's reading this as a run play. We made 3 adjustments actually. We put Mike Evans right here on a go route. Gronkowski go route again to stretch that defense vertically, because we're going to have Godwin run a little wheel route. So we want to make sure that these safeties are deep as possible about time he breaks into that wheel route. Then we put Scotty Miller on a smart in route. Let's see what he does controlling Houston, because again, before half we ran the ball. Let's see where he reacts and how he reacts. So he switches to Calais Campbell. We just wait and look at R1. Look at Godwin wide open. Like I said, this is a great smack him in the mouth play. We got the ball on the 25-yard line, right? We make 2 guys miss, make a 3rd guy miss, and man, if Mike Evans could have picked that block up, man, we'd be walking into the end zone, waltzing our ass in the end zone. But it's totally fine. Because look at that, we took the ball from our 25-yard line to his 23-yard line, and that's what I mean when I say smack a motherfucker in the mouth. Like I said, we needed that. We're down 16-7. He has all the momentum because he's at home. He's up 9 points, and he has the momentum up here with the Madden features. So he has all the momentum. So we needed to come out and smack him in the mouth. So this is a great play. We changed the package. Usually X is a tight end. But like I said, when you're getting close to that red zone, you want speed because the throwing windows are tighter. So we switch it to a 4 wide receiver package. And we put Godwin on the left-hand side on a go route. Again, stretch the defense vertically, because we want to make sure that our post route by Mike Evans, and then an adjustment of a slant route to Scotty Miller, we want them to be open underneath. So we need to send that safety deep. And the reason why we just send him deep is because this slant is coming to the left, the post is coming to the left. So we want to make sure that this safety is deep, so we have that underneath on the left-hand side. I think what went wrong is that I made a couple wrong adjustments as a mistake, and then the timer's running down. So you can see we just go to establish the run. Hey, if the time's running short and you don't have time to go back to your play and make your adjustments or go to a new play, just run the fucking ball. Don't call a timeout. Don't burn your timeouts. You need to save your timeouts. Run the ball, and this is what we do. We just run the ball, and we get great yardage. That was a great block, right? And we turn essentially what somebody would have used a timeout and burnt a crucial timeout, or you know, took a delayed penalty or just snapped the ball and just ran a bullshit play and could have threw an incompletion or worse, an interception. We switch it to a run play, establishing that run, and we get 8 yards. That is a fucking win in my book. That's a win that's a win in anybody's book. On first down to get 8 yards, your playbook essentially is fucking wide open after that. So like I said, previous play, I made the wrong adjustments. So we're going to come back to that same exact play, and we're going to make the correct adjustments. And it's good because we're actually in the red zone now. Again, we're coming out in that 4 wide receiver package look. We're going to make our go route to Godwin. So we actually switched it here. We actually, we instead of going to that mesh post play, we're going to a SDR or a seam drag run route combo, where my first read is going to be Johnson up the middle on that seam. My second read is going to be the drag by Scotty Miller. And then we're going to do a swing route or run the ball, just improvise it. So we snap the ball. My first read is Johnson X. That is not there. There's no window to throw it there. My second read's the drag. So I get my eyes on the drag. The drag is wide open. We're just going to take what the defense give us, and we turn that into a 6-yard gain. It's a great pickup for a first down. So with this play, we're in a tray open offset motion inside cross play. Now the great thing about this play right here. Now this is what we will call this is where we have a slant on. This is another SDR route combo, right? We have the slant by Mike Evans. We have the drag by Scotty Miller. And then we have this motion. This motion is a decoy because if you remember, when we ran a slot offset play in the first series, it was 2 running backs, but that motion fucked them up, and that's what we're hoping happens this. And it's all about just collecting data as you go on. I knew once I threw motion in with my running backs, he is moving. He's just trying to jump that motion. He did it with the slot offset play. I'm hoping he does it with this play because, again, the read on this is SDR. It's the slant, then the drag, and then R means run with the quarterback or improvise something or throw the ball out of bounds. So my first read's the slant, so I'm hoping that with this motion, it takes this linebacker, this Mike, what a Mike icon is, this Mike linebacker. Hopefully that push takes this guy out of this pocket and pushes him to the right-hand side so that we have our first read with Mike Evans on this slant. If he does stay disciplined and he drops back and covers this area, we're just going to hit our second read with Scotty Miller. So he's still in great position to shut down this slant. He's still in great position, even though he's leaning towards the right-hand side. He's still in great position to make a play on this slant route. But as you could tell, when we put Bernard in a motion, just like the slot offset play, he's not staying disciplined. He runs with the motion, essentially abandoning his assignment like he did with the slot offset play. And when I see that, I knew Mike Evans being 6'4", 6'5", big body, red zone, we're taking that. We're taking that play. So we throw it here. Now, look, the drag is still there if this was covered. The drag is right there to just get our 4 or 5 yards. But like I said, red zone threat, Mike Evans, we're going to use his big body to box out. Nice dot, secure catch it, get our touchdown. Let's fucking go. Now, like I always said, my first possession, if you go for 2, I'm not going for 2. I'm going to get my points. I'm going to get my 7 points because I hope I can stop you the second time. I did not, so this time we do need to go for 2. We do need to go for 2 this time because you don't want to keep bearing yourself down. So on this 2-point conversion, we're going back to the bunch X nasty single back formation, but we're going to go with the PA Rams counterplay. We're going to make one adjustment. That adjustment is to Godwin. We're going to put him on a hitch route. Now, his normal route is a delayed zig. So he will wait a second, then he will go into a delayed zig. But we put him on a hitch. And the reason why in the red zone we put him on a hitch is because if you look, Gronkowski, where is Gronkowski going? To the right-hand side or to the right side. Scotty Miller, where is Scotty Miller going? To the right side. Mike Evans, where is Mike Evans going? Mike Evans is going to the right side. So essentially, and then even when we fake this handoff to Lenny, Tom Brady's assignment is to roll out to the right side. So the reason why we pick Godwin on a hitch is because I'm hoping that if he's using, let's just say he's using this linebacker or this player right here, I'm hoping with Evans flushing and then Gronkowski flushing and then Miller going to the right-hand side and even Tom Brady rolling out to the right side, I'm hoping that he shifts his momentum to the right side as well, following the wide receivers in Tom Brady. And Godwin's right here sitting in the middle, just waiting to receive that ball in the breadbasket. So again, Gronk's flushing, Miller's flushing, Evans is flushing, and Brady is flushing. Now I do have Gronkowski open. Again, he is open. I could hit him. And then that's an improvement in my area of just as far as lack of discipline, being locked onto a defender and not going through my reads. When we're looking at this specific play, my read goes flat, which is Gronk, who's wide the fuck open, hitch, who's Godwin, and then the cross by Mike Evans. I locked in on the hitch, which is horrible discipline because I could have missed that. Gronk's wide the fuck open. But like I said before I snapped the ball, with all these wide receivers plus Tom Brady flushing to the right-hand side, he's naturally going to go to the right-hand side, as well as we have Gronk wide the fuck open that I still didn't fucking hit. And maybe we could probably squeeze that ball into Mike Evans. So I see why he flushed to the right, but that was what I wanted him to do. And, we just dumped that right off to Godwin. Right there in his breadbasket. So essentially, I did miss my read by not staying disciplined with Gronkowski. But I predicted what he was going to do, and he did that. So this guy is just so cheeky, man. Like he's just an oddball. Like, so as you can tell, he scores, right? He scores. And so let's rewind back. He's just a cheeky guy. He's just a cheeky fellow, man. Like I just hate people who go for two, man. But I mean, it's a smart game plan because like I said, when each team is getting 4 possessions a game, field goals are not going to cut it. You got to go for 2. But anyways, like I said, I'm never worried about somebody going for 2 because I understand I'm going to eventually get a stop. So you could tell he is up 8 points. So this will put him up 9 this will actually put him up, this will put him up 10 if he gets, put him up 9 if he gets this right here. Math was a little bit off. So again, that's wide open. He got me. He beat me. Thank God the Madden guys was on my side. Thank God the Madden guys was on my side. But I think that pissed him off kind of because as you can tell, he comes out in the onside kick look. Like, come on, guy. Come on, man. But hey, I came out in my onside look, so I'm not worried about nothing. Kicks it right to Howard. We're good. Which is, hey, he essentially gave me 23 yards less that I have to drive because normally if he would have kicked it regular, I would have fair caught it. I would have got the ball at the 25-yard line. Now I'm getting the ball at the 48-yard line. So he gave me a great field position, so I'm not going to complain about that. I'm not going to bitch or moan. I'm not gonna bitch or moan about that. So, so this play is amazing. So let me give you a backstory, a quick backstory on this play. So I'm in Madden practice mode, just practicing some plays. I'm trying to get more plays into like a run heavy, a formation that's like run heavy. Because what people normally do is they always run commit, they always stack the box. And if I can get some more pass plays, some creative pass plays, I could get some easy yardage, easy sneaky touchdowns. So in this play, we're going to make an adjustment. We're going to send Mike Evans on a go route again, take this corner out the fucking play. We're going to put Godwin, who's going to be my first read, on a slant. Then we're going to take the whole backfield V formation right here. We're going to put them all on swings to the left. Now, normally I will put a package where the tight end will come out and I will put a running back right here. But everybody's going to swing to the right. So my first read is going to be the slant. Then it's going to be the swings, but specifically to number 80. If that's not there, we got to improvise or throw the ball out. So we see we're going to make some adjustments. Again, go route, swing the backfield, slant right here. This is the look that we want. So in an ideal world, I'm hoping that this guy maybe is not there. Maybe he's on this side. Maybe he rushes down and we have a nice throwing window right here. We snap the ball. He rushes out here. It's not there. And then even when he goes into his break, it's not there. So we have to get our eyes into R1. That's our next pass. So you want to throw it as soon as he breaks contain. Not the defender, but the running back or the fullback or the tight end. As soon as he breaks outside contain, as soon as he breaks this outside defender, you want to throw it to him. Great play design. And look at that. Look at this is just great. And it's just a thing of beauty when you create a play and you execute that play to perfection in a game. It's just an amazing feeling. So in this play, I think we're going with an HB dive. Yeah, we're going to go with an HB dive. But again, I want to give him a little bit of a look like I may be passing it because I make a lot of adjustments and motions when I'm passing it. So we're going to shift Howard out to the right-hand side. Hopefully that gets him to think, oh, maybe he's passing. He hesitates a little bit. And I'm just making, we're running the ball, but I'm just making ghost adjustments, nothing but smoke screens. We run a ball right up the middle, and we get a first down. That's all we're looking for, man. Just get a first down, get a fresh set of play or a fresh set of downs, and keep the ball, keep the chains moving. That's the best thing to do. So for this play, we're gonna go gun. Again, we're running the ball. We want to establish that run. What I'm trying to do is, because, I've been having a hard time stopping this guy. Then he's been going for 2. I'm trying to run some clock out, as you can tell. So we're just going to run the ball. Like I said, just try to get some yards. And again, look at this. Another great fucking run by Lenny. 9 yards. Another great fucking run. And the clock keeps moving. So again, we're going to come out in that cluster HB STR formation. And if I'm not mistaken, we're going to do the 45 quick HB base run. Again, we want to run the ball. So actually, no, we're doing this play. We're doing the mesh post. So we make an adjustment when we send Godwin deep, again, to take this safety to the fans. And then we're looking for the underneath routes, either with Scotty or Evans with the post. But my first read is Johnson, right? Hopefully he can get to the outside and I can float that over there. Then slant, then post. Just got the ball off. Now, he's screaming at me. He's fucking screaming, right? So my first read is X, not there. My next read is the slant, which is wide the fuck open. But we also have Godwin that is about to be open on his break. But look, he is fucking screaming. He has 1, 2, 3, 4. So he's obviously running a man. It looks like he did an all dogs blitz. And he's controlling Young. His responsibility is Scotty Miller. By the way he's moving, he probably thought I was going to the outside, so he shifts to the outside. We get that ball out quick with Tom Brady. Man, look at the pressure. Just, again, a triple C is cool, calm, collected. Re-hit Scotty Miller in stride. Able to get that. Again, and that's why having your read progressions and knowing your read progressions is vital, because when somebody does an overstorm brave and they're blitzing damn near everybody in the kitchen sink, you need to be able to decipher through your reads quickly. You don't have time to look at all 5 targets, right? I only had time to look at 2 targets. I didn't even get to look at my 3rd target. I only was able to look at 2 targets and get the fucking ball off. If I would have turned my attention to the 3rd target, then I would have been sacked. So it's very vital that you know at least you know your top 3 reads. You go through it quickly. So right here we go a little bit off the script. We have a slant right here. Then we have a zig route by Gronkowski. He's playing overly aggressive. He's going to jump this slant route. So we're just going to hit Gronkowski on that zig route. Thank you, buddy. I'm going to take you what you give me. I could have got the first down. But again, I'm trying to burn some time off the clock. I want to burn some time off the clock. Because, again, I've been having a hard time stopping this guy. So, I don't want to... I know I'm going to score. And I know I'm going for 2. Will I get it? I don't know. But I know I'm going to go for it. And I don't want to give him no time with the greatest kicker, Justin Tucker, who can kick the ball from the fucking 30-yard line, their own 30-yard line, and fucking make it. So right here, we got another zig route, because I see that I'm having some success with the zig route, so I want to see if I can do it again. And it was there. It was. I just hesitated slightly, and I make a horrible decision. This should have been a pick. That should have been a pick. Thank God, if you could look at the bottom, I low passed it. If I would have threw it regular, it would have been a fucking pick, and man, that's game. And that would have been heartbreaking. Dumbass pass, dumbass decision. So, as you can tell, I'm going to go to a tried and true formation. Like I said, when I get in the red zone, the throwing windows are tighter. You need to be more efficient, and you got to have your timing on point. We're going to go to a tried and true bread and butter formation, our tight offset tight end. Bunch everybody the fuck up. Let's cross some faces, and let's get the fuck in the end zone. So we're going to make an adjustment. We're going to this is third and second. It's third and second. This is crazy. We need this. So we're going to zig Scotty. We're going to pick Godwin on a drag. Now my reads will be zig Scotty first, post by Mike Evans, then drag by Godwin. Or my reads. Zig is not there. The drag is the post is not there because it's defender right here. Now the drag is not there, but it's going to be there because he crossed his hips and he stayed right there. And again, he took Elliott, and that's a consistent trend this guy's been doing all game. It's just not staying disciplined to his assignment. He keeps taking his guys out of the middle of the field, and we're making him fucking pay. Great catch, Godwin. Make him fucking pay. Now, he knows that I'm trying to burn a clock out, so he calls a timeout. Smart guy. Smart. But he'd be a fucking genius if he would stop taking his man out of the assignment to fucking do that. So right here, again, I want to burn some clock. Lenny's been having a hell of a run game for me so far. The offensive line's been getting some great push. So running this ball, pre-snap, I don't want to score yet. I want to take some more time off the clock. But also, I'm not going to deny myself a scoring opportunity. So we hand the ball off. You can see I purposely run into the lineman because, again, I don't want to score because I want to take some more time off the clock. But I end up bouncing it. We get tackled. Great. He calls a timeout. And this is important because now if I'm him, I necessarily wouldn't call a timeout. And this is the reason why I wouldn't call a timeout if I'm him. It's because, 1, you have Justin Tucker, the greatest kicker in the history of the NFL. Two, the max points that I can get is 8. I can't get 9. I can't get 10. The max points I can get is 8. If I get 8 points, 15 plus 8 is 22. He has 22. So worst case scenario, the game is tied. So why are you calling a timeout? You want to save your timeouts so that you can drive down the field, use all your timeouts, and when you have timeouts, you can attack the middle of the field because you have a timeout to burn. When you have no timeouts, you got to throw it to the outside so clock's not burning, so the clock can stop. So to me, it was just a careless decision to use a timeout because, again, you have a minute and 50 seconds left, a minute and 47 seconds left. Why are you calling a timeout? And again, the max points that I can get is 8. The only thing I could do is tie the game. Why the fuck are you calling a timeout? But hey, listen, I'm not going to argue it. He called a timeout. Again, we're just going to run the ball, try to burn some more time off the clock. But like I said, I'm not going to deny myself a scoring opportunity. Lenny bowling balls his ass in that end zone. Let's fucking go. But again, we're down. We're down. Now, listen, I could have went for 2. I could have went for 2 here and been up 1 point. But the risk reward was not favorable because if I don't get it, I'm down 1. I lose the game. But luckily, I could just kick the field goal. And tie this fucking game. Because I have faith in my defense. Because like I said, if you're watching him play on offense, it's nothing but run with Lamar. Oh shit. Let me just dump it off once you click R3. So we're going to take a look at his offensive possession. Because like I said, it's a dogfight in M&T Bank. This is a fucking dogfight right here. So look at what I tell you: run with Lamar. That's all he's gonna fucking do, man. Man, I fucking hate escape artists. It's just fucking stupid as fuck. But look at this. That should have been a pick. How is that not a pick, or at least an incompletion in my book? But it is what it is. Now, one thing that I can do better as far as awareness is understanding that he only has 1 timeout. He's not going to throw in the middle of the fucking field because he only has 1 timeout left. He's going to throw it to the outside, so I should have did a better job of making some adjustments and making some coaching adjustments to stop the outside and force passes inside. But, we learn from it. So what I tell you, run with Lamar. Now, as soon as he runs with Lamar, what did I fucking say he's going to do? I'm going to click R3. We're going to use her down to stop Lamar. He's going to dump it right over our fucking heads. Every time, man. Like, this is just so stupid, man. So stupid. And then, so I call a timeout. And the reason why I called a timeout is because I thought he's going for the field goal. That was my thinking. Like, fuck, he got this first down. He's just going to do either a read option or some runs with J.K. Dobbins, run the clock all the way down to fucking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seconds, kick a field goal, walk out here with a 3-point dub. He's going to leave winning 25-22. Fuck, right? So he's on the 23-yard line. He runs the ball, and then this is what was scaring me, is that and that's why I called a timeout. Like I said, I'm scared that he's just gonna run the fucking clock down to fucking 0, and then just kick it with Justin Tucker, and that's what I would have did. I would have just I would have forced him, because listen, it's 2nd and 7. I only have 1 timeout left. So what he could have done was just run the ball. I would have used my timeout, and then on 3rd down, I have no more timeouts left. Run the ball again. He has 1 timeout left. It's 4th down for him. Run it down to the lowest you can get it. Kick the ball. Go up by 3. So he comes out in an empty quad base. So I'm trying to make some adjustments. So I'm thinking he caught me on Vea. He got me. Wrong time to be caught on a lineman, especially a slow lineman. So I'm thinking he's about to run it. So you see, I shift my hips with Vea as well to go to Lamar. But look at this. Mark Andrews wide the fuck open. That is game. Run that back. Run that back. Run that back. Because that is game. That is game. Focus on Mark Andrews. So that safety dips down right here. And this is just the Madden logic. I don't know why he ran over here. Thank God that it took him a second before he ran over here, because I think that bought me some time. But look at Mark Andrews. Mark Andrews, wide open, wide open, wide open. Thank God this guy right here sees this guy's fuck up, and he is hauling ass to get to Mark Andrews. He sees Mark Andrews super late, but decides to still throw it. Maybe if he had Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady, that ball could get there on a bullet, on a rope. But man, who is this? Davis? Desiree, whatever your fucking name is. Thank you so much, guy. He gets the fucking pick. Let's fucking go. Now, this is where it's time to go. This is game time, baby. We got fucking one timeout left, 44 seconds to either drive 80 yards for a touchdown or at least drive 60 to 55 yards to kick a field goal. This is where I shine. You stay the triple C's. I've been saying it since the beginning. You stay cool, you stay calm, you stay fucking collected. Stay cool, stay calm, stay collected, stay the course. You run your fucking plays, go through your fucking read progressions, and we play it. So we're coming out in a deuce close. We're going to make two adjustments. Both the tight ends are going to go on double streaks, and we're just going to run it from there. And the reason for this is because I know he knows that I want to go deep, and again, I want to stretch that defense. It's all about creating high-low concepts. You create high-low concepts, you're going to have great success passing the ball, and that's essentially what we're doing. Like the tight ends are going high, and then we actually have a couple high-lows. We have a high-low between Godwin and Mike Evans, because Godwin's going on the deep cross or deep in route. Mike Evans going on an angled hitch, high-low. We also have the tight ends both going on go routes, and Godwin coming on a deep in route, high-low. So he faked that ball. Now, he did a great job of reading that. Now, triangle was open, and I could have threw it backside shoulder, but with Tom Brady, with this being this far, that was a bad decision. I made the best decision. Just get the ball out of bounds. Lives to fight another day, because if I would have threw the ball and it's an interception, I promise you he's not going to make the same mistake twice. He's going to fucking kick a field goal. And spoiler alert, we don't want that to happen, because in hindsight, this guy was on an 11-game win streak, right? He was on an 11-game win streak. So we don't want him to get a second opportunity to make it 12 games. So again, we're going back to our tried and true tight offset tight end drive out play. First read is Gronkowski on the seam. Second read is slant by Scotty Miller. Third read is the drag by Godwin. Now Godwin was open, but the reason why I sat on it is because Scotty Miller has 93 speed, and right when I was about to throw it to Godwin, I seen that he was hip to hip with this defender, and I knew he was going to beat him. Plus, he had an easier path to the sideline than Godwin. If I threw it to Godwin, I would have had to run flat to get out of bounds. With Scotty, I could run angled and get out of bounds. Angled meaning getting more yards. So that's what we do. Throw a nice pocket. We catch the ball at the 35. We get out of bounds at the 43 per se. I think it's a 43, right? 42. So we got 7 extra yards of yak. Again, I live for these moments. These moments where it's tied or I'm down. I need points. I live for these moments, man. Like I said, you stay cool, you stay calm, you stay collected, you stay the course, man. So we're going back to our bunch X nasty formation. Now, when I ran this play coming out of half, when I smacked him in the mouth for a fucking like 40-yard gain plus, Scotty Miller did a smart in route. Now this time we're running the same play, but we're shifting Scotty Miller to the left-hand side on a slant route. Right now, giving him the same play, just a little bit of a different look. Hopefully we catch him on his heels and we can hit him deep to Godwin. Now, he was waiting on it. Now, he's not stupid. As you can tell with Bowser, he was waiting on it. Like, Godwin's not even fucking over there yet, and he automatically ran over there to stop that play. But guess what? It's okay. We have read progressions for a fucking reason. If that will's not there on this play, what's the second read? The slant to Scotty Miller. And guess who's open? You fucking guessed it. Scotty Miller on the slant. So we drop that ball in there. And again, on an angled route, we're getting more yards. We catch the ball around the 35, 36 yard line. And we get that bitch all the way to the 40 to 38. And that's what it's about right there. You gotta have your read progressions. Right? You gotta have your read progressions. Like, stop being stuck on. If I was just stuck on Godwin, I would have had to throw the ball out. No, Godwin's not there. Okay, fuck it. Scotty. If Scotty's there, he is. Put it on the money. Let him get some yak. So again, we're coming back to the tried and true formation, our tight offset tight end. We're running Saints spot. We're going to drag Godwin on this play. First read is a zig by Scotty. Second read is Mike Evans on a corner, and then a drag by Godwin. Now, he sat on that outside route. He did a great job. Honestly, like, don't give credit when credit's due. He did a great job of playing that outside. Even if he would have jumped the inside, that route's still not there because there's another guy on the outside. So we just take that now. Should have been a tackle. Whew. Saved my ass, because that means I would have had to burn a timeout. My one and only timeout left. So we is able to get yards, but I had to burn a timeout anyway. So 18 seconds left on a 35-yard line. We're not running the ball. I accidentally selected the wrong play, but guess what? Listen here. We're going back to our tried and true tight offset, tight end, drive out play. I'm going to see if I can catch him slipping again. Now, he did a great job at guessing where the play was successful, remembering what a play was successful previously, and trying to eliminate that. But like I said, I have read progressions for a fucking reason. If you take one of my reads out, I should have two more to go through. So my first read is Gronk right here. I could have threw it, but I have no more timeouts left, and I didn't want to run the clock out if I couldn't spike it in time. So I'm looking at my underneath routes, which my second read is going to be the drag, and my third read is going to be that slant, because again, I want to hit that slant on the outside of that right hash like we did previously, so we can get out of bounds. Now, like I said, he did a great job with guessing where it should have went last time, and his dumbass runs with Scotty Miller. Not dumb, because again, I fucked him up with that. So I hit Godwin. He takes a bad angle. Now, what I'm doing, if I'm young, I'm coming straight down. That's all I'm doing. Honestly, I'm coming straight down, and I'm clicking off so the computer tackles you. He takes an angle and misses and allows me to get out of bounds. If he would have just came straight down, he tackles me, and now I maybe get to spike the ball. With 1 or 2 seconds left. But knowing Madden, it would have ran the clock out. So I was able to get out of bounds. And now I know, because I have no timeouts, I only have one play left. I only have one play left because it's third down too. Because I need to make it quick. So again, we're gonna go to a bread and butter play. We're gonna go to trips left open, flood post. First read is Scotty Miller. Second read is Godwin on that flat. So we snap the ball. Now, I could have hit Godwin right here. I got a little bit stubborn. I'm not going to lie. I did get stubborn. I wanted Scotty Miller. I wanted that route. And I'm sitting and waiting it. And again, Godwin is wide open. I have to do a better job at that. Just taking what the defense gives me. Because I could throw it to Godwin right now. He catches it around 9 seconds. Runs up, get out of bounds. Now I'm at the 15-yard line. We're still in field goal opportunity. I got a little bit greedy. And I waited for Scotty Miller. Luckily, there was a little bit of a rub right there. And I throw that dot to Scotty. And again, I mean, that's not really open. Honestly, the open route is Godwin. And I got to do a better job of being disciplined and going through my read progressions. Stop sitting on routes. Because again, as you can tell with this throw, that's a tight window. To throw it right here, that's a tight-ass window. Especially, I mean, luckily we had the GOAT Tom Brady. He drops it right into the bread basket. We secure catch it. Oh, that was fucking beautiful. 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 Now, this is where I like to give myself a little bit of credit for this next play. And let me walk you through it. Now, I know he has Justin Tucker, which means Justin Tucker just needs to get to the 50-yard line. He could probably make the bitch, right? I didn't want no fluky shit to happen. But I feel like 8 seconds was a little bit too much time for me, right? It's too much time for me to get to this guy. So, and I don't have no timeout, so I can't run the ball. Spiking the ball would be pointless. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to an ace slot offset. I'm going to put backup quarterback in. I put the backup quarterback in because he's faster than Tom Brady. I put Kyle Trask from the University of Florida in. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to essentially burn some time off the clock. I'm going to pick Gronkowski on a tight end block. Right, and I put Fournette on a swing route because what I'm going to do is as soon as I snap the ball, I'm just going to run straight to the right-hand side. And what I'm going to do is I just want to throw the ball out of bounds, but I just want to burn some clock before I do that. Stop the ball, and I immediately get to the right side. Then I realize, I'm like, oh, shit, I have a lot of green. Let's try to turn this bitch up a little bit. I don't turn it up because I don't want to play with fire. Right, so let me make sure I get out of bounds. Let me not make a mistake like that guy did when he had to gain one with a field goal and makes a dumbass mistake. So I get out of bounds with 3 seconds left. Lost 2 yards, but who gives a fuck? This is a chipper, 25-yard field goal. He calls a timeout to ice me. I respect it. He's probably kicking himself in the butt because, like I said, he had the game won. Just run the clock out and kick the field goal. And we made it, and that's game, man. That was honestly a dog fight. That was a dog fight in M&T Bank Stadium. Like I said, and after the game, I looked at the stats. This guy was on an 11-game win streak, and it should have been 12. It should have been a 12-game win streak. Should have just ran the clock out and kicked the field goal. And I know if he could redo that again, he would have. Even though he did have Mark Andrews wide open, he just didn't hit it, and that fucked him up. Yeah. So I want to thank everybody for tuning in to Episode 2, breakdown with the Brodie Dogfight in M&T Bank Stadium. Check out those stats. Tom Brady with 85% passing completions. But I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Hopefully you have another breakdown with the Brodie coming soon. I hope you're enjoying the series so far. Everybody have a great day.